Welcome to the Z.Ram YouTube channel. My name is Daniel, and today I wanted to tune the HDR68 with you completely, everything that is possible. Namely, we will install the power pin from the power kit. We will cut a hole for the Z extension or ASA to chamber adapter. Then we will install the tuning barrel, the sniper extension, and we will use our Z.Ram so that you can also use the Z68S projectiles with the HDR68. I would say we'll get started right away. We'll start by installing the power kit, but only the pin from the power kit. And then we'll drill the hole for the Z extension or ASA to chamber adapter. And then install the rest. I would say let's get started now. First of all, loosen the screws from the housing. So, I've now loosened all the screws here. I left them in place so I don't lose them and know where some go. Now we can get the drum out. And now we have to loosen those two screws up here. So, I've now loosened the screws here and removed this part from here in front. The housing can now be open. And so we have the inner workings of the HDR68. Now we can get this unit out of here. We'll put that aside for now, we don't need it just yet. Let's loosen all the screws here to open the part. Now we can remove this part here and see the whole thing like this. Now you carefully take this out, this is under pressure. So, everything is still the way it was here. It's best to take a photo beforehand so that you know exactly what goes where in case it somehow gets out. I would say the first thing we do is change the pin. We have the power kit here for that. And there I install this pin. This is the new one with the hex key. I'm not installing the valve, on the contrary. If there is one in here, you remove it so that you don't have a reduction here. This gives you more power, but maybe fewer shots. And if that's not enough shots, you can install this part or install the modify pin, but then you lose a few joules. In order to unscrew the pin here, I recommend a bit with a slot that is relatively wide, that fits perfectly into this pin. Not too thin, it should be as thick as possible. So this one here should be as thick as possible, so that it is as tight as possible in the slot. If you have trouble unscrewing it, you should heat it up a bit with a heat gun or something similar, then it will be easier to unscrew. But otherwise, if you have such a fat screwdriver, then they come out much better. Well, it sits well. It has to fit well, because this pin here is made of aluminum, and if you somehow turn it wrong, or the screwdriver is too thin, you just destroy this slot in the aluminum pin, and then you can't get it out, and you have to use it then drill out. But if the screwdriver is wide enough, it usually works quite well. Turn slowly. Push and turn at the same time. Then it comes out easily. Well, I got it out without heating it. I didn't warm it up before. But as I said, a bit that fits perfectly here is very important. Too thin would simply destroy this slot. This Allen key is also included in the power kit. It fits here. Then we can turn it over here. But I recommend a bit of screw glue. We also offer it in our shop. So the pin is installed. The old pin is out. This works very well. Next, we remove this valve. We'll open it for that. There's a valve in here. You can go in there with a wide screwdriver and unscrew the part. So now we have this part open here. That means there is no reducer from the CO2 capsule that reduces the power here. There isn't a block in the back like the HDR50. Our Z extension now fits here. Or our ASA2 chamber adapter. Now what we have to do is cut the case open here. To do this, I get the barrel and everything out here and put the housing back together. And I'm turning these screws in just a little bit so they don't fly around here. And I'm going to put this screw in right here. So, next, we'll take a drill or a cordless screwdriver with such an attachment. This one can also do 16 millimeters. That's the width of this part, or the Z extension. And now we drill such a hole up to 16 millimeters. Not like that, or in any other way, but like the Z extension would normally be in it. You have to hold it very tight, otherwise the case will open. Or you clamp it in a vise. test briefly. Needs a little more. We can cut off the rest here. That fits in now. There are also other ways you can do this. I've already made other videos about it. With a hand mill or with a file, there are different possibilities. You just have to put a hole in here. So, that's what it looks like now. Now let's loosen all the screws again. Next, we put the bolt back on. Put this thing back in place. The spring with this thing on here. Put it in here. And push this back in here. What is important is that this corner reaches in here. He's not doing that here at the moment. That's why we're pushing it back a bit. Now we put the part back on here and close the screws here. So, I tightened all the screws and put the part back in here. That is it for today. In this video we installed the power pin from the power kit and cut the hole for the Z extension or for the ASA to chamber adapter. In the second part of this video we will install the remaining parts and finally convert to HPA. We will also test both setups with the Crony. So be sure to check out the second part. Subscribe to the channel so you don't miss anything and leave a thumbs up. Until next time, you're Daniel from Z.Ram.